Hey friend, how are you really? I'm Angie Hansen. I'm the heart behind Butterflies and Halos and the voice behind Grace and Grit Letters, where grace meets grief and nobody has to pretend they're fine. This is a space for real conversations about loss, resilience, faith, and rebuilding a life that didn't go as planned. No fixing, no pretending, just truth and heart. So whether you're driving, folding laundry, sitting in the quiet, or just needing a reminder that you're not alone, I'm glad you're here. Let's begin. Today is a letter to the version of you who doesn't recognize herself or himself anymore. Dear you, I know you've been looking for yourself. Not in a dramatic way, but more like a quiet scan, catching your reflection in a window, rereading old texts, remembering how you used to laugh without thinking about it. You keep wondering when you'll feel like you again. And I want to say this gently, right from the start. You're not broken, you're not doing grief wrong, and you haven't lost yourself. You've just changed. And I know that's not always comforting, because no one tells you how unsettling it is to wake up one day and realize the version of you that knew how to move through the world without effort doesn't quite fit anymore. The things that used to excite you feel louder than you want. The things you once tolerated now drain you. Your capacity is different. Your patience is different. Your edge feels sharper, and your heart feels softer, sometimes inconveniently so. You keep asking yourself questions like, why am I not who I was? Or why does everything feel heavier? Or even, why don't I bounce back the way other people seem to? Here's the truth no one says out loud. Grief doesn't just take who you lost, it rearranges who you are. And not because you're weak, but because you love deeply enough to be changed by it. Of course you don't recognize yourself. You've walked through something that altered your nervous system, your priorities, your sense of time, your understanding of what matters. The kind of experience doesn't leave you untouched. You didn't lose your identity. You outgrew a version of yourself that had never known this much. I know you miss her or him, the one who moved faster, laughed easier, planned without hesitation, the one who didn't measure her or his energy or overthink their words, the one who didn't carry this quiet awareness that life can change in an instant. It's okay to miss that version of you. But please, don't mistake missing for meaning you should go back. Because this version of you, the one standing here right now, knows things. She knows how fragile life is and how precious. She knows which relationships are real and which ones were just convenient. And she knows that rest isn't laziness and boundaries aren't selfish. And also, she knows that showing up differently doesn't mean showing up less. You may feel smaller right now, but you're actually deeper. And depth takes time to learn how to live inside of. I want you to stop asking, what's wrong with me? And start asking, what has this version of me survived? You don't need to rush yourself back into familiarity. You don't need to perform resilience. You don't need to apologize for the way grief reshaped you. You are not a before and after story meant to impress people. You are becoming. Some days, becoming feels like clarity. Other days, it feels like standing in the middle of your life thinking, I don't know who I am anymore. And both are part of the process. So, if today you feel unrecognizable, let that be information, not indictment. It doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're still integrating, still learning how to live as someone who carries love and loss in the same body, still figuring out how to be gentle with yourself in a world that prefers tidy timelines and quick recoveries. You don't need to find yourself. You need to allow yourself. Allow the slower pace. Allow the quieter joy. Allow the version of you who says no more often. Allow the version of you who feels deeply and chooses carefully. She's not here to replace who you were. She's here to carry forward what mattered most. And one day, without fanfare, you'll realize this version of you doesn't feel so unfamiliar anymore. She'll feel honest. She'll feel grounded. She'll feel like someone you trust. Until then, please be patient. You are not behind. You are not failing. And you are not lost. You are becoming someone who knows how to live with meaning, tenderness, and truth. And that kind of becoming is worth taking your time. With you always, Angie. Thanks for spending this time with me. If today's words met you where you are, come sit with me over on Grace and Grit Letters on Substack or my little corner at Butterflies and Halos for more support and reflections. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. I'll see you soon.